is what I've been doing. I know that sounds really lazy, like, oh, have you been doing in lockdown? Watching Netflix.
Hello, Joshua Dowen, and welcome to Theatre Therapy Thursdays here at West End Best Friend. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Yeah, good. Thank you for asking. But all the people that don't know who Josh Dowen is, who is Josh Dowen? What has your life been like? Where are you from? Where did you train? What have you done?
So I'm from the Midlands, West Bromwich. Trained in Manchester at the Arden School of Theatre, which is where I met you. And then, well, then my career. So I finished drama school. Then I went and did the 25th annual Putnam Spelling Bee. That was my first job out of drama school at the Edinburgh Fringe. From that, I then made my West End debut in Cool Rider, which was the concert version of Grease 2. We did one night at the theatre that Thriller's at. I should know what that's called. The Lyric. We did a two performance on one day, on a Sunday, obviously when the show's closed. We then did the 25th annual Putnam Spelling Bee UK tour for about 3 shows before it got pulled. We then did Cool Rider as a full 2-week run at the Duchess. I then went into Dogfight at the Southwark Playhouse, the UK European premiere of that show. From there, I then went on to Footloose. After that, I did Tick Tick Boom in Birmingham. And then finally, rounding it off, I've just finished last year. Oh, God, it was last year. Last year, I finished in the UK tour of American Idiot.
Awesome, awesome sauce. How did you find training and then transitioning into the industry?
They say that you learn a lot at drama school. For me, you learn a lot more about yourself than actually the training itself. I feel like that comes from you. Obviously, learn a lot at drama school, but I think as a person, as a product, I guess, it's what you take to drama school, and you just kind of fine tune what the product or the person that you're taking there. Going to a drama school outside of London was hard to the point of, I feel if you go to a drama school in London, you make connections better, so you're already kind of 2 or 3 steps on the ladder. Yeah. Whereas if you go somewhere else, you don't have those connections as much as, well, they're getting better now. I know that obviously places like the Arden are getting more industry professionals involved. So that's the kind of those connections that you make better in London than obviously outside of London. And so I found that a bit difficult. I was very fortunate that every show that I did led on to the next show in a way, as in when I did Spelling Bee, the MD on that was Lee Freeman, who obviously then did Cool Rider, who obviously then invited me along to audition for that, and so forth and so forth. So it is all about making those connections and moving on from it in that sort of respect.
Absolutely. And you're a personal trainer as well, aren't you? So when did that come into, because obviously a lot of actors have side jobs, so how was that like training on the side with auditioning and everything like that?
So I knew obviously I didn't want to be working in a pub between shows all the time. It got to the point where the show would finish, I'd go and pour pints for a year or half a year, get back into another show. Yeah. And I realised I was getting to that age where I was like, I want to kind of have a side career where I could jump into when I'm not acting, basically. Yeah, absolutely. So what I did was I did an online course. So I was able to learn and do all my exams while I was on tour on a show, to then obviously put it into action when I finished the show.
So obviously we're in this weird, unprecedented lockdown situation at the moment, which obviously none of us has ever been through, and our industry's kind of been drawn to a halt. What have you been doing during this time to keep yourself sane? Have you been trying to keep your mind going artistically, or have you taken this time to sit back and have a break?
I don't think there's been a right or wrong answer. I've seen a lot of people be very creative in their time off. A lot of people just spend time with their loved ones. I don't think there's been a right or wrong answer. For me, I haven't being creative as such. I've been training and working out every day just to kind of keep myself sane mentally and physically. But creatively, I've watched a lot more stuff. I've watched a lot more films, Netflix, and things like that. So I suppose absorbing knowledge in that way is what I've been doing. I know that sounds really lazy, like, oh, have you been doing in lockdown? Watching Netflix.
Binging Netflix. But it is it's an art form, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Because that's what we say. We're all saying at the moment, obviously, there's no funding that's yet been given to the arts industry, but everyone is relying on the arts to keep them going through this time. What's it been like for you spending so much time with the family? Has that been a good thing or has that been a bad thing?
This year, I moved back in with my parents just because of moving away from London. I've been on tour all the time. So last year I gave up my flat to kind of move back to the Midlands, basically so I wasn't paying rent for a place that I wasn't there. So funnily enough, moved back in with my parents, lockdown. So it's very bizarre to kind of come back and feel like a 16-year-old boy again, but it's been okay. We've not killed each other yet, so
that's success. What do you think it's going to be like when the industry finally reopens?
Well, I hope. I mean, looking at the queues in Primark today, I'm hoping that that's kind of a sign of things to come for the theatre industry. I hope that people just go, oh, take my money. I mean, I just want to go and be creative, do everything that I can that I haven't done for the past 6 weeks. Yeah, so fingers crossed it just kind of has a new explosion, like a new boom. We'll see.
A reawakening.
Yeah.
Joshua, we're going to move into a little section now that I like to call How to Succeed in Quizness Without Really Trying.
What does that include?
What we're going to do is I have 3 questions for you. One is an American Idiot-based question. One is a Cool Rider-based question. One is a Footloose-based question.
Shows that I've been in, I should know the answer, but I'm not going to know the answer.
No one's got 3 out of 3 yet. So this could be your time, Joshua.
Somebody got 2 out of 3.
Someone got 2.5. Number 1, American Idiot. When American Idiot ran on Broadway, did the show have an interval? Yes or no?
No.
Correct. The show did not have an interval on Broadway. That's 1 point, Joshua Dowen. Bing goes the little thing in the corner. Number 2. Who was the only pink lady from Grease to appear in Grease 2?
Frenchie.
Yes! One more. This could be for the full house. Number 3. Which decade did they adapt Footloose from film to musical?
So it's either 90s or noughties, isn't it?
Ooh.
This is the thing, isn't it? You'd say 90s, but noughties is like 21 years ago still, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Time is
We're in
flying.
2022, so I'm gonna go noughties.
Is that your final answer?
Like 2001, that sort of... Yeah.
Yeah?
Noughties.
It's the 90s.
No!
Oh, so close. 1998.
See, I knew it was...
So close to the noughties, but well done. I thought you were going to do it then. But alas, no one has beaten me. I'm like the chaser.
Are you Anne?
Yeah, I am. She's the best. Okay, so this is Theatre Therapy Thursdays. Okay. So this is the part now where, as I all think we do in this industry, fans alike and people in here, we find music and musicals is always a therapy. It's always been a therapy for me. Cast recordings have always been my favourite thing. If I put you on a desert island and I said, Josh Dowen, I'm going to give you one musical theatre cast album to listen to for the rest of your life, and only one, what cast album would it be and why?
So one album, probably Rent, because it's 2 discs, right? So it'd be it's a long, it's gonna last longer. No, I think because the whole, it's a story throughout. Even the interlude, the little bits in between each song, I just think it's just the whole. I think it's just a perfect album. It's kind of the first album as well that kind of made me. For me, theatre before that had been what I'd been listening to, or I'd been doing Amdram stuff. So it was very, like when I was doing Amdram, it was all the golden era, all that sort of stuff. So that's what I was drilled into as a child.
Yeah, it was one of those that you discovered for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It was that first kind of show where I remember putting it in and my friends playing it, and we were like, what is this? This is so different. And I just remember that was the kind of turning point for me.
So another killer question. You have to pick one song, right, that you think is the epitome of what a musical theatre song should do?
Oh, it's a hard question. So for me, musical theatre would be, it's the journey, I think, for me is the most important thing, the kind of story and the lyrics, as opposed to like easy throwaway melody. If I didn't believe in you from last 5 years, it's theatre in a song. That sounds really good.
Absolutely. All right then, that is a great choice. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is Norbert Leo Butts singing If I Didn't Believe in You from the original cast recording of the last 5 years. Yes, Norbert Leo Butts, great choice, Joshua Dowen, great choice. Finally, what albums, plural, I'll let you have more than one on this one because I'm feeling generous, have got you through lockdown? What music do you feel like, is there anyone in particular that you've been going back to, listening it again and again, be it musical or other, to get you through this mentally taxing time?
Oh, I have to admit, I've not really listened to much music. If I've put something on, it's been very kind of like acoustic based, just to kind of fill the moment, fill the day, just kind of have on the background, you know, something like Newton Faulkner, Ben Howard, like singer-songwriter stuff. Yeah, that's kind of that's all I've been listening to during lockdown. Sorry, I haven't been able to give you a theatre album that I've been listening to.
As it's you, Josh, I think I'll forgive you. But acoustic is a great shout because they're the kind of, it's very soothing and it is very therapeutic, acoustic. Exactly. So I mean, especially Ben Howard and Newton Faulkner, actually, like, they're great artists. And I find that's, very therapeutic listening. So, very good. Finally, I have some questions for you. Oh. Wesley on Instagram, that's WEZZERLEE, wants to know, have you ever played Danny Zuko?
Funnily enough, that I know who that person is. That's my friend from high school, I think.
Amazing, love that.
And yes, I played Danny Zuko in high school.
Is there a story? I feel there's a story.
I suppose the only thing was with that story was all like the sixth formers were the Pink Ladies, because they were like, it's our last show, we want to do it. And because obviously there was not a lot of boys that did like theatre at my school, so I think we were all in like year 9. So we had all these like T-birds that were like down here, and like the Pink Ladies. So Wes was a friend of mine. We always we got our group of friends to come and be like the backstage crew, and it was.
Do you think you want to play Danny Zuko professionally?
Yeah, there are 2 roles for me that I like up there on what I want to play. Danny Zuko would be one of them, because as a kid that was kind of like the first musical I ever really listened to. My mum having the Grease double vinyl, and I remember sticking that on as a kid. And then obviously I've never done I've done an amateur version of Rent where I played Roger, and I know I feel like it's kind of like more my casting, but for me I really want to play Mark. I don't know, something about that character that I find engaging.
Dave from St Albans said dream role or dream show, so I feel like that's kind of answered that question as well.
Dream roles and dream show. Oh, and Galileo. So I suppose those are the kind of 3.
We've got 2 questions here from Charlie Jade. What is your favourite song from American Idiot?
Oh, that's a tough question as well, because again I feel like it's a kind of concept, like I feel the whole show kind of flows into one. Like I forget that each song's separate. But for the reason of how much fun it was, because that show gets dark, and the show gets dark very quickly. So, I mean, American Idiot into Holiday, for me as a character, and when I was playing it, it was just so much fun, because it was just lads having this. Yeah, it's a holiday.
Charlie Jade also wants to know, would you do American Idiot again if the opportunity arose?
Of course. Like, without question. Like, again, like, for me, like, as a kid, I was like, Blink-182, Sum 41, Green Day, that was like everything I listened to as a kid. So,
yeah,
being able to have a job singing those songs from like that sort of era that was my childhood, I was just having fun every day on stage. It was great. Like it never on any of that day felt like, oh, got to do it again. It was like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Awesome. And if you did it again, would you want to play Tunny again, or would you want to try a different role?
Oh, again, that's a difficult one. I think each character has something different and something so special about them. I mean, obviously, Johnny would be incredible. The likes of Tom Milner and Aaron Sidwell, their versions of it are so stuck in my head now. It'd be hard to, I think it would be very difficult to, I don't know, you know what I mean, to find my own kind of,
I reckon you'd make a 6 St. Jimmy, you know.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I reckon you'd be really good at that. That's my decision on the matter. Right, so Lisa, final question. What's been your favourite memory of a professional contract you've done?
I've been very lucky with the jobs and the contracts that I've had. Two things that stick in my mind is Footloose. I mean, because it was the first lead that I've played, and Raki to give me that opportunity to work with me was unforgettable. Like, the sessions that we had, unbelievable. But with the shows like Footloose and American Idiot, I was the second cast, so there was a lot of stuff that was already set in stone. Although she gave me the creativity to do what I wanted and bring my own spin of that character, there was still certain footsteps that I needed to kind of follow. So probably my career highlight, or as the question was, would be Dogfights, just because the fact every day was just us being creative and just creating the show from nothing. And Matt Ryan is just the most wonderful director I've ever worked with. He's phenomenal. The man is a genius.
Josh Dowen, you absolute dream. Thank you for being our Theatre Therapy Thursday here at West End Best Friend. Take care of yourself. Thank you for inviting us into your back garden for the evening. We thoroughly appreciate it. Take care and be safe.
Thank you. Cheers, Duncan.
Bye.
Bye.